Hello, everybody. We are about to do episode number 16 of the Dirty Balls podcast, and we are all the way out here, 15 hours away from Hickory in Frisco, Texas. Just a little bit north of Dallas, the home of the Frisco Rough Riders. And I want to make a point that this show is sponsored by Werther's Originals. And I can say that because nobody that eats Werther's or works at Werther's knows what the internet is. So they're not going to fact check us on that.
Because that's old people candy.
That's old people candy. And we got it. Also, it's sponsored by Reese's Pieces.
Get that out of the way.
Anyway, we've had a great time out here in Texas, and we're about to talk about it. Won't you please join us?
Won't you please be our neighbor? Don't knock that camera over.
We're not prepared. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 16 of the Dirty Balls podcast. We are all the way out here in Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas, as I have already explained on the video version. This is the big road trip that we've been planning on for a while. We went to Round Rock, and now we're in Frisco. And we saw a couple games in Frisco. We saw one game in Round Rock, and we got to catch up with some friends. All this and more on episode 16. Anybody have anything special they want to start with? Perhaps a deal that was confirmed on Friday night?
Or you don't want to
Thursday
go in that
night?
order.
No, we'll save that.
Save that? Okay, well.
Let's start. We left
Hickory,
Hickory.
North Carolina.
Also, I must apologize if we seem tired and out of it, and that's because, well, we are tired and out of
It's
it.
11:38
And we plan to leave at...
Texas time.
So we feel like it's about 1 in the morning. And we're about to leave at 4 in the morning Texas time. So, yeah. Also, cute girl that I saw at the game tonight, if you find this, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Alright, so there were a couple of crazy things about our drive up here. First of all, I was supposed to drive for 6 hours, and I ended up driving for 8 hours. Shout out to Jennifer on the lighting. I liked it better when all those are out. There we go. We passed some things in Alabama that are going to definitely turn into some inside jokes. The first thing that we passed was a sign for two cities, Cuba and Demopolis, which I said Cuba Demopolis sounds like a baseball player. He's a third baseman from Cuba, and
I don't feel like that's the first thing we passed, though.
we'll get to it. And his name's Cuba Demopolis, and he tried to do baseball. He only got to AAA, and he never made it to the major leagues, and then he decided to do porn instead. So Cuba Demopolis is the baseball player turned porn star who has a sign in Alabama. And what is the signature move of Cuba Demopolis, Jennifer?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Triple something?
The Alabama triple threat,
There.
which is another thing that we passed in Alabama. It was a sign that said Alabama triple threat. So Cuba Demopolis hitting girls with the Alabama triple threat. You can find that online. And if you don't find that online, let us know, and we'll find somebody that can make that. And we're not even done talking about stuff we passed in Alabama. We also passed a place I've wanted to go to forever and never have and probably never will for a while, Talladega. And we passed a weird miniature version of the Statue of Liberty near Birmingham. Don't know what that's all about, but for some reason, there's a Statue of Liberty in Birmingham. Jameson Fisher, maybe you want to tell us what that's about.
It's a fifth scale of the one in New York Harbor.
Well, I didn't think it was a fifth scale of the one in Seattle.
There could be one. You don't know. There's one in Birmingham.
There's different ones all around. Anything else memorable from the ride that I might be forgetting? Only thing in my notes was Cuba Demopolis and the Birmingham Liberty.
What is that?
Statue.
Where did we go through? What is it? Meridian?
Oh, Meridian. We went through Meridian, Mississippi, hometown of the woman, the myth, the legend, the absolute queen of everything that has ever existed, Haley Williams. Alan's making a thumbs down right now, but he doesn't know what's up. Everybody that knows me personally, I don't really talk about it on the show that much, but if you know me personally, you know that Paramore is one of my favorite bands, and that I've been in love with Haley Williams for years, and we went through her hometown. I had to roll the windows down and breathe twice and breathe in some Meridian air. Had to know what that felt like. So, just we're in that city where in 1988 something very special happened. The world was blessed. Anything else from the ride? We could talk about how bumpy Interstate 20 is in Texas, or how weird the roads are.
I drove for 4 hours. These men allowed a woman to drive for 4 hours.
And was there, Alan, I want you to take the reins on this one. Was there a road in Round Rock that me and you found special for some reason?
Oh, gosh.
The frontage road.
On the frontage road. That's right. We were on the frontage road in Round Rock. That's where our hotel was. And me and Alan thought that was hilarious. And Jennifer had to look up what that meant. So,
well, before we got to the frontage road,
frontage road.
Jennifer got to drive over
the Mississippi River!
Woo! Yay! The second biggest river, or the second most famous river, I'd say, in the world, right behind the Nile.
Been to both of them.
Who knows? The Mississippi might be more famous than the Nile. There's been movies about the Mississippi. I've never seen a movie about the Nile.
It's called the Ten Commandments, dumbass.
Ooh.
I've never seen it. I don't know why we had to get X-rated so fast.
There's ass in the Bible.
Family Guy, Black Jesus.
Bible.
I rode into town on an ass. Your mama's ass.
I don't know about all that. But yeah, the frontage road.
On the frontage road, just off State Road 23. Oh, and we also passed Buc-ee's, which my friend informed me is a very large gas station that's regional around here.
And something about Texarkana.
Texarkana. I made a Smokey and the Bandit reference that these two did not get. We also, speaking of local places, we got to hit up some restaurants. One that I've always wanted to go to, and one that Alan's always wanted to go to. I was impressed by both.
What did you want to go to? He just making shit up now.
Well, thanks for the shit, Bob.
There's shit in the Bible.
Anyway.
No, all them animals on that ark. You know them shitting.
It's very late. We went to Whataburger. I thought Whataburger was delicious. It was great. I had a patty melt. That's what I see all the commercials for. And that's what my friend from Texas tells me about all the time. And I finally got some Whataburger, and I thought it was delicious. And the next day, we went to In-N-Out, which I thought was even better. But they didn't really like it because they messed up their order. But my order was fine, and it was great.
I wasn't impressed with either of them, but if I had to pick, I'd pick Whataburger.
I'll pick In-N-Out.
I say In-N-Out's better, even though I was the one fanboying over Whataburger, but hey, man, sometimes that happens. And food on this trip.
Don't start with the end.
I'm not. Okay. I'm just saying, like, that's some foreshadowing. We might talk about food later.
But yeah, In-N-Out's burger and Whataburger's fries. That's the deal.
I'd switch. I'd say the Whataburger patty melt with the In-N-Out fries.
I gotta have crispy fries.
Those fries were crispy at In-N-Out.
No, it's gotta have like some kind of texture like Burger King fries.
Gross. Those are the worst ones. Old Burger King fries were great till they changed them. I like the thinner fries, but that's just probably because I work at McDonald's and I'm used to thin fries. Yeah. But there's a special restaurant. We don't want to talk about it till later.
There's a couple special restaurants, but we'll wait.
We'll wait for that one. Anybody in the group chat that we have for Section 108, you already know one of them. But we also, at Frisco, I ate one of these all 3 nights, Friday night, Saturday night, and tonight.
Let's talk about Round Rock first, because that's the first one we came to.
I'm just going to, real quick, shout out to the brats at Frisco. Really good brats. Peppers and onions, jalapenos, they do a brat up really well in Frisco. Same guy made mine all 3 nights. So, yeah, good brats in Frisco. So, okay. Let's start with Round Rock. How was Round Rock, Alan?
Round Rock was great. It's a beautiful stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. I don't remember when we got to the hotel room.
You don't remember. I don't remember.
I mean, let me say, we got to the hotel room and stayed there for a little bit, took a nap.
Did we say when we left? We already go over all that.
Well,
No, we didn't.
left Hickory Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And then we got to Round Rock.
What the cup is talking to get.
I have no...
What's the cup?
Was it Thursday? About
3
3
o'clock.
o'clock?
About 3.
So, yeah.
After we passed Buc-ee's.
Yeah, so the game started at 7, so We got there at 6 when the gates opened. And when you walk up, you see the huge Noah and Ryan statue, which
Huge.
is awesome.
Did you just drool?
I don't think so. Let Alan talk about Round Rock.
Okay.
And went in. It was nice. I mean, it was
Hot.
Yeah. Well,
Not quite as humid as North Carolina, but still pretty hot.
it was the first for us, so we had to get used to it.
I don't understand this dry heat thing. I mean, it felt different, but not that different. I sweated, but just not as much. I like it, though. I like hot weather. And the game itself?
I haven't watched no games the entire trip.
I have.
Round Rock was a beautiful stadium. It's one of the stadiums where you can walk all the way around, so you know how that goes for everybody.
I love the tin roof that they have in left field, part of that little section. That's cool.
They have a POW seat, which I was all happy about.
More to come later.
And the gift shop was awesome. The Okay.
While Jennifer's walking to the bathroom, I want to take the moment to say, super cute girl that was at the Frisco game that I talked to.
Just keep talking about Round Rock. I'll come back.
Find this video
I have
somehow.
nothing to add about
I'm
it.
here, and I'm available.
But Round Rock was awesome. Got to see Andy Ibanez and Jose Cardona. We got Willie Calhoun's autograph, which was super cool. And the game was nice. We won. We played the Nashville Sound, which they were the honky tonks because they were doing Battle of the Boot. Yeah. Lucas had nachos. They had brisket on it. You know, I'm not a big barbecue fan, but those are some really good nachos. I'd definitely get those again. They have a rock in center field. It's a big round rock, which
I didn't eat at Round Rock. I should have, because I like to eat at least one thing at every ballpark.
they have a pool there in center field with a jacuzzi, which we need to make that happen in Hickory. So, but yeah, and the staff, everybody there we talked to, they were all surprised that we were from Hickory. And super nice. We went to the team store first to see what all they had. Then we rushed out so we could, meet the players. After the game got going, we walked around a little bit, took some pictures. There is no Section 108 there, but oh well.
You can find those pictures on my Instagram or Alan's Facebook.
Yeah, and so we went back into the shop and shopped a little bit. And I like to get logo balls wherever we go for the flag that I'm going to make. Probably never, just to have balls for. But they didn't sell a logo ball there, and the girl working the register, she's like, well, we can take one of the balls, the pearls, the league ball, and take one of these stickers and put on it. And I said, okay, well, that makes sense, and we could do that. So she was super nice, and I started talking to her about
Everybody was super friendly at that park.
how much I liked. Well, Saturday they gave a Noah Ryan bobblehead away, and Noah Ryan, like I said, is my #1 favorite baseball player. And I asked her, I said, we drove 19 hours. Could I get one of those, on the down low, and I won't say anything? And she's like, well, let me see what I can do. She took my name and number down. So me and Jennifer walked around, got our picture with Spike. I think that's the name, right?
Yes, it was Spike.
Yeah, Spike.
I took a picture of Spike too, once again, my Instagram.
And, well, Ethan came in while we were in the store.
And talked about something that was kind of personal, and I let the lady hear the whole thing, but it's whatever.
Well, we told Andy Ibanez on that day, on my time hop, he hit two two-run homers. So I told him, I said, you got to hit a home run today.
I said he had to hit 3.
And Ethan comes running into the gift shop, and he says, did you see what happened? And well, they had the game on, and Cuba hit a home run. So that was pretty cool.
I was stressing out about a personal thing right before that happened. And, my whole demeanor changed. I was sad up until that point, and then after that happened, I was golden the rest of the trip. So, Andy Ibanez, thank you for that.
But, yeah, like I said, the girl, she took my number down. We walked around a little bit, and my phone rang, and she said, I've got you a Noah and Ryan bobblehead. Can you come pick it up? So we walked back, got my bobblehead. It was the last year's giveaway, but still, it was just super not awesome that they went out of their way to try to make stuff happen, and they did. But going back to the Cuba home run, while Ethan was talking about the personal stuff, I got an email from Mark,
the big one,
our GM in Hickory. We've been on the past episode we were talking about getting a POW seat for Hickory, and we had to get the city to approve it. Well, the city has approved us getting the seat, so Hickory will have a red seat. We were actually going to use the one that we had left over from the renovation a couple years ago when we first done that, and Mark said that seat was not going to work, that we were going to contact the people that, put the seats in now, the green ones, and see if they couldn't get a red one. But we're still waiting on that, and we're going to take up a donation so we can actually donate it to the Red Foundation, and I'll find out more about that Tuesday when we get home, because I've got to go give Mark some money that we took up for the seat.
Speaking of donations, that reminded me of something, but finish your thing.
So,
shut up and he will.
And we got what we want to say on the plaque, which really didn't change much about what we came up with to begin. So, but it was just super awesome. Round Rock's going to have a special place in my heart, just because it's my first baseball game that we've ever been to in Texas, and that was where the seat got officialed. So, yeah.
Officialed?
Officialed.
Approved?
Yeah.
All right. Another thing about...
I'm going to see how weird I can be on this video. So if you're just listening to the podcast, you should probably check out Ethan's YouTube channel.
Good plug. Speaking of donating, sometimes a ballpark has some special thing that not a lot of ballparks do, and whenever some ballpark has something like that, I like to try to be a part of it and do that thing. Well, at Frisco, they have this thing called, they passing around the boot, or something like that. I don't know what it's
Please
actually
do
called.
tell me about that, because I saw the boots, I heard them talking about it, but I don't know what that was about.
All right, well, whenever a Frisco player hits a home run, ushers for the seats and stuff will walk up and down with a boot, and it's like a collection plate, and people can put money in the boot, and it's every time a Frisco player hits a home run, they walk around with the boot for people to put money in, and all the money goes to whatever charity or thing that they're promoting that night. So tonight it was the cancer, something to do with cancer and awareness and stuff like that. So whenever, I forgot who it was that hit the home run. Was it Cole?
I have no idea.
I think it might have been Cole. But anyway, somebody hit a home run tonight. I forgot his last name.
Cole Beck or something like that, maybe?
Okay, Lucas, you have permission to talk for 1 second. You know who hit the home run, right?
It was Luis Lala.
Luis. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thank you.
And it's Hunter Cole.
Thank you. All right, that's it from you. That'll do. So, that'll do, pig. He hit the home run, and then I put $1 in the boot. No, it's pretty much all the cash I had on me, because I just finished eating a brat whenever I saw a thing that said $1 hot dogs, and I went and got one of those. So I only had $1 left, but I was like, all right, I want to do this specific thing to Frisco, so for Frisco. That sounds weird. And then, so I did that. And, kind of pulling it back to Thursday, we, after the game, went to the hotel, slept for a little while, and Alan was woken up by some news that we did not want to get, but it turned out all right. So that brings us to Friday.
Yeah, before we went to bed Thursday night, I messaged Jocelyn, Yanio's wife, and to see if, they could leave us tickets and everything for the game, and everything was on the up and up. And I didn't hear back from her, so I went ahead and went to bed. We woke up the next morning, and she sent me a text at 2 o'clock saying that she had some news that Yanio was going back to Arizona that day. So I was super upset, and I cried. I don't care.
I don't care. My dad used to say that all the time. I don't care.
My day just, I thought the whole weekend was going to be ruined.
Grown that man will cry, I won't cry.
Put on Facebook,
Zip it.
that my weekend was going to go to crap, and everybody was asking me why.
But you still have friends.
Yeah. And so I let them know, and then it was funny. I got a message from Jose Trevino on Facebook. You still have friends here, which You know, that made me happy because, you know, I didn't plan on, you know, anybody, you know, baseball player wise commenting on it, because I always feel like nobody ever sees my post. But anyway.
And we had Brett with the hookup.
And Ethan here was a late sleeper.
And by late, I mean like 8 a.m., which isn't that late, but yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know, if there's a chance that we get to see Yanio, we're packing everything up and we're heading out, you know, be on the ready. Well, Jocelyn messaged me and said that they have not left yet, that they're not going to leave until later on that afternoon because they want to see us.
That's really nice.
So I threw the pillow at Ethan, told him to get his ass up and get ready.
I was literally fast asleep. I was in the middle of a dream still.
How did you feel about
A
that
wet one,
pillow?
probably.
How did you feel about that pillow being thrown?
And then all of a sudden, 300 pounds of force with a pillow on me and get your ass up,
How
we're
did
going
you
to
feel about
Frisco.
that?
How do I feel about that? Well, I mean, it got me out of my sleep paralysis, which is something I have to deal with every now and then, so I guess that's a good
How
thing.
do you feel about being teabagged?
For those of you with the audio version, Jennifer slapped me in the face with a tea bag just now. So, let's see.
It's a premium teabag.
Premium tea by Bigelow. By Bigelow.
It's 100%.
By Bam Bam Bigelow.
100% Ceylon.
Oh,
I
Ceylon.
don't know.
Are you sure that's not pronounced
You tell me, well,
Kalone?
sure.
You want some Kalone tea, Alan? Where were we? Oh, yeah.
So we got ready.
Back out.
Back to Alan, sure, with his boring story.
Listen, Alan bought me a drink tonight, and he told that man, put extra in hers, the alcohol.
It was one drink.
But he said put extra in hers, and I think that man may have put extra in it.
I really want Alan to finish the story because
I'm sorry.
that's not all that happened on Friday.
It's difficult dealing with children, isn't it?
You got that right.
I'm sorry.
Alan, finish your story, please.
Well, we packed up, hauled ass to
Hauled ass, 100 on the interstate.
Frisco.
Shh, don't tell.
So yeah, we done way over the speed limit because I wanted to make sure we got here, and we did. We got here, waited around for them a little bit, and they messaged and said that they were in the player parking lot. So we went around, and there was the car that I got to drive in Hickory, and
Never got to be in it.
Yanio, he said Jocelyn said he had to go to the stadium and pick something up. He walked out carrying some
Balls.
Texas League pearls, and gave them to me. Signed 2 of them. So yeah, that was that. We said that, we had a little moment and everything, and
We gave him some sun drop and some cheer wine.
Yep, and Jocelyn was super happy about the cheer wine. She loves cheer wine now.
And you can't find it out here, except you can. It's at it's like candy stores where they got that little novelty soda section. They got cheer wine.
You
like,
also can buy it at the liquor store.
That's weird. What are you gonna mix with cheer wine? But we saw Brett, and then we gave them their drinks, and then we had a nice moment. And then we
was hungry.
And then we ate lunch.
We was hungry.
And what a lunch it was.
You see, when we were driving around, we saw this place called Wild Pitch. And in their logo, it's a baseball. And since we're on a baseball vacation, why wouldn't we go somewhere called Wild Pitch?
Makes sense, right? Jennifer, please, keep talking about Wild Pitch.
Well, see, we asked Ethan to look this. Ethan said he was going to look it up online and see how the reviews were. He looked it up online and it seemed to have some good reviews. So we decided to go there. Ethan walked through the door first.
Yeah, and I'm glad I did.
Then the rest of us came in.
I had a grin so wide that it was as wide as Texas itself.
When we walked in, we found all the female wait staff.
Just wait staff. There were no men.
Yeah, in their bras and panties.
Lingerie
That's it.
Fridays, everybody. Lingerie Fridays at Wild Pitch in Frisco, Texas. A restaurant with delicious food and oh so great service. We had Jessica. Jessica was wearing a bra, a very, very small low-cut bra, and some leggings and some black Vans.
He is really impressed by those Vans she was wearing.
They were nice. They were clean shoes. I like shoes.
He likes shoes. You know what he doesn't like?
Get that shit away from me.
Feet.
Get that
They
away
bother
from me.
him.
Get that. Shoes are great. Alan, nobody wants to. Nobody
We have
wants.
learned a lot about Ethan
Nobody wants
on
to.
this trip.
Nobody wants to see that shit on this show. Okay. All right. The only thing dirty on this show people want to see is balls. Okay. Wild Pitch. We're back to Wild Pitch. All right. She had nice shoes, but she had nice other things too. She was the prettiest girl in that restaurant, and she was our waitress. And I have such a crush on Jessica. She's the best. Oh, and then the food there was great. Like, they don't even need the whole novelty thing of because Hooters, that's all they're known for. Because if you want wings, you go to Buffalo Wild Wings. The only reason why people go to Hooters is for the novelty of the waitresses being slightly hot. This place made Hooters look like a freaking Amish church, okay? But they didn't need to, because the food itself could carry the restaurant just fine. We all had fried jalapenos for the appetizer, and
They were delicious.
they were great. I'm usually not a jalapeno guy. I've had more jalapenos this week than I have for my entire life. I had them on those tacos. I had them on the brisket. Not on the brisket. I had on the brats. I had it on the hot dog. I put jalapenos on everything out here. My farts are going to hurt for a while. A lot of jalapenos. And then, I'm sorry, I'm kind of hauling this thing along, but I really like talking about Wild Pitch. I had brisket tacos. Oh my, how good was that? It was brisket. It had cilantro and onions on it, a little lime glaze. Oh my lord, it was oh whew.
And for those of you that don't know, brisket comes from cow.
Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
You're the only person that didn't know that brisket was beef.
Now I know.
And I love brisket. I'm a brisket connoisseur. And today, I had some great brisket, but we're not talking about that yet because it's still Friday. What did you guys have at Wild Pitch?
I had a pizza burger. It was a burger with some cheese and pepperoni. It was on bread, and there were cheese and pepperonis on top of the bread. It
Looked
looked
delicious.
like a little pizza on top of my burger. And the fries were really good. Big man, what'd you have?
Big man!
Was it a jalapeno burger? I think it was probably a jalapeno burger.
Burger with a bunch of jalapenos
Yeah,
on it?
exactly. Yeah, and the fries were amazing.
In the burger?
It was good. I like it. I'd definitely go back.
I would too, definitely.
food.
On a Friday.
And I don't care what day. I'd go back for the
No,
food.
I go back for the food on any day of the week, but if that day of the week can also have the enhancement of the fantastic service, then I'll go on that day of the
Enough.
week. And that day is Friday. If y'all are around Frisco, Texas, I'm pretty sure there's another location somewhere in the Metroplex, somewhere in the little
You
Dallas-Fort
just
Worth.
wanted to use that word.
No, I didn't.
Tell the folks what the Metroplex is.
It's the Dallas-Fort Worth statistical area. 7 million people. It's bigger than some states. Rhode Island can fit into Texas 221.
200 sometimes.
221, Jennifer.
You
And-
said for us to remember. I thought you were going to ask, and then you just asinined it up and just told everybody. You didn't even ask.
And North Carolina, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that was Wild Pitch. And did we do anything between Wild Pitch and the game on Friday?
I don't think so.
I went swimming. They didn't.
What? Yeah, after Wild Pitch, we came here and had to wait an hour and a half
Oh,
to
yeah.
check into our hotel room.
And-
but
and-
it's cool because they gave us a free bottled drink. And you know that shit's expensive. in
And the
hotel
lady at the
rooms.
front desk was very nice about it. It wasn't her fault that we had to wait. It was the cleaning people were taking a while. So it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm okay with
It wasn't the front lady's fault. She was doing her best to help us.
it. You can put tea bags on cats' eyes to help them if they got like snot or something.
And that is the expert color commentary that you will find from Jennifer Day here on the Dirty Balls podcast. Which today is, I want to remind everybody, all our listeners out there, sponsored by Werther's Originals. Yeah, taste the 70s.
It's okay to teabag your cat.
What else happened on Friday?
Sorry, Alan. I'll be better.
Wasn't there a baseball game on Friday?
Yes, there was.
Did we get autographs before it?
Yep.
Did Brett Martin hook us up?
Yes, he did.
That's great.
But yeah, it was awesome. Got to see Jose Trevino. I tried to talk to him before the game, but that's one man that you don't mess with before he is laser focused and
In the zone.
yeah. So, but
And it was great to see Choplick again. I forgot that he was even there. No,
and I just want to tell you, I mean, if you've never been to Texas's ball teams, y'all got to. I mean, it was super awesome. Durham has been our favorite for a while now,
beautiful stadiums.
but oh my God, this stadium here in Frisco is just beyond perfect.
It's my new favorite.
The only thing that I find wrong with it is there's no scoreboard or tells you what the count is at the stands, where if you were standing in the outfield looking towards home plate, you can't see anything. Other than that, perfect everywhere you go.
Love the crew there.
And everybody, exactly. The people that work there, the people that go there, super friendly. We met a guy named Chris on the first day. He was down there, and we were wearing our crawdad stuff because we wanted those guys to see us, because we figured we'd stand out wearing crawdad stuff. And he was asking, where are you guys from? And we were telling him, North Carolina, and everybody was blown away that
We came this far.
we drove up here for baseball.
Didn't even fly, because that's just expensive.
Who flies?
I don't like planes. They scare me.
But we talked to the guy, Chris. He was super cool. He said that he probably wasn't going to be at the game Saturday because it was going to be over 100 degrees, which that was the first word that I heard. And
Need the pen? I need a pen. It's okay.
so yeah, but the game was great. We got to. This stadium is another stadium that you walk all the way around.
And it's such a beautiful stadium. The buildings and the...
You can walk around the outfield, come around, walk the concourse, but then you can actually go behind the concourse and walk behind there, and it was just amazing. And it was awesome.
The lazy river looked fun, but I never went to it. It's $40.
There's dirt everywhere.
Dirt everywhere, yes. And the buildings.
Like not pavement.
The facade out front and the big statue, but like just the buildings that like the press box and the suites, and we'll get there, stuff like that gets to, like, those buildings are so beautiful on the outside. It's amazing. It's like every ballpark should look like that.
I'm Captain Morgan.
Just like every ballpark should have a tin roof with an outfield seating section. That's just great. And they had a great crew of people that worked there, but I'm not going to talk about that yet because I really want to talk about what we did at the game tonight. I know we're kind of...
Are we already at tonight?
No,
you
we
need to
skipped...
slow your roll.
We skipped Saturday, but do we really need to talk?
Yeah, I got stuff to talk about.
They have
Go ahead.
some outdoor patio furniture at this stadium as well.
Oh, Ross, did we go on this trip?
Oh yeah, what did your phone just said something? What it said?
It says that every time the video gets to 33 minutes and 10
Holy
seconds.
shit, we're already at 33.
I know, crazy. I got stuff on my list left, and y'all have stuff you were going to talk about last week and didn't.
Well, we'll just save that for the next
it's
episode.
nothing.
Spoiler alert! We got stuff to tell y'all next week.
Okay, next
2
week. I was
weeks
figuring I might
back.
just make this a super show and it'd be extra long.
We need to go to sleep at some point.
No, we sleep is for the week.
15-hour drive tomorrow.
We will never
They
sleep.
have
Saturday.
outdoor
The
patio
sleep is for
furniture
the
there,
week.
like a wicker love seat type thing with a cushion on it, and that's pretty cool. I sat in it, and they got some lights.
I
Some
sat in
lights,
it.
like some outdoor like string lights. It's very pretty there. I'll shut up now.
So,
Go ahead, Al.
highlights from Saturday.
Not really much highlight-wise. We went to the mall here in Frisco.
Just saying,
It feels like home now. We've been here so long. We got an awesome mall. We all got hats. I spent over $100 and something in the hat store.
Let's talk about these hats. We got a military appreciation hat that... Shoot.
Really? Now the video's on the live.
Alright, let's just put this back where it goes. Put the thing right back where it came from, or so help me. Alright, we're gonna,
You don't get to touch the hat.
I got hats to show off
Give me
too, but
one
they're
at
all,
a
they're
time.
you wanna go, get my bag please, I wanna show off my
I don't
hats.
understand why.
Get my bag, please, I
Why?
wanna-
We're showing off on the podcast that people can't see.
This is a military appreciation hat. It's green, and it's got some camo on it.
This is my favorite hat. It's beautiful.
We're not going to get the other hats. We're just going to show the ones that Alan got. You'll see mine eventually in videos I make. This is one that with an American flag home plate. That's cool.
That's it.
That's it. That's what I have 2 new hats from this trip, and Lucas has a couple new hats from this trip too. You'll see them here and there. We'll get to them. So yeah, we got new hats. A lot of new hats. There was just hats on hats on hats, baby. Just hats. Got all them hats. And Alan's got the sunglasses on. And
wear my
sunglasses at night. Alright. And while we were at the mall, we went to a store. We went to Dick's, and at Dick's,
We didn't look at the bikes.
I was settling between a shirt and a hat, and I got the hat instead.
I got a shirt.
And we got something for Lee.
And we bought a hat for Lee. But he gonna pay us.
Yeah,
for that.
and we got a shirt for Sarah. We've not shown him yet, but she'll look great in it.
What else?
Anything else at the mall?
We went to a candy store.
Wait, wait,
I got
wait.
this big peanut butter and jelly.
That ain't focusing.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Cup. Peanut butter cup.
It's big. It's pretty big. What, do we really have to take time out of the show to show people that?
To show people what?
That.
You asked if we went anywhere else.
And we-
I was impressed by the candy store.
The guy that works at the hat store at the mall in Frisco's cool guy. Talked about baseball for a little bit. Talked about Roofned Odor almost taking Andrelton Simmons' head off the other night. Don't want to mess with Roofned. I don't know who's gotten that memo yet. Maybe Jose Batista.
Let's start being serious now.
Saturday night. There's a game Saturday night, and
I was just thinking about that Bruno Mars song.
I was thinking about that too.
Sorry.
For most of the game, they were just annoying the crap out of me because I was hesitating to speak to some girls that I thought were attractive.
There was a row of 14-year-olds.
They were not that
really
young. They were not that young. If they were that young, then put me in jail because I'm gross if they were that young. But they were not that young. They were of age.
What did you find out when you were Googling the age of legal consent in Texas?
I did not ever look that up. These people are trying to incriminate me live on the internet, and that's
anyway.
Thank you,
Saturday,
Alan.
we also we actually got to meet up with some people that we met a couple years ago in Hickory. Their name is John and Vicky Hoppin. You can look them up on Facebook and on Instagram. I don't know if they're on Instagram, but on Twitter, it's called Ballpark 2 Ballpark. 2 is in the number 2, and they travel to all the parks that they can in the RV. They just are super huge baseball fans, and they love the minor leagues. And
minor league baseball is where it's at.
Vicky takes pictures, and John, they wrote a book, and on the video version, I'm showing it to you right now.
If Ethan's out,
it went on sale a couple months ago, and I emailed them to see if I could actually talk about it here on the podcast.
Oh, they're listening?
Somehow, I don't know. Somehow they got the email didn't go through, and they never saw it. So, but we walked up and we said, "Hey, you remember us? We're from Hickory, North Carolina." And John automatically knew. He's like, "Yeah, you guys are going to be in the next issue. We remember yada yada yada," and they were just super excited to see us, and it was pretty cool. And we were talking about how Jose Trevino got thrown out of the game the night before, and I asked him, what happened. He said, somebody had to argue the call, and it was super awesome because John's like, "Really? You think the umper got it wrong?" And
Umpery.
And
by the way, I finally got to hear Sweet Caroline in peace at a baseball game.
It's not her turn.
Yes.
Come to find out, John was an umpire. That's how they got into doing what they were doing. And like I've said on the previous, I think it was on the previous episode. Why would you want to be an umpire? And I asked the man. I said, what makes you want to be an umpire?
And his wife immediately spoke up.
And what did she say, Jennifer?
Control.
Control.
Alt delete.
So, but he said, the best seat in the house, which can't argue with that. But yeah, he just said it was a control thing, that he liked to be the man making all the calls.
Forgot to mention on Friday night, pretty good fireworks show. They let us onto the field for it too. And tonight too, it was the same show.
But yeah, definitely go check out Ballpark to Ballpark. I don't want to read, but I cannot wait to read this book. So it's going to be awesome. And the next issue comes out in October. So
ooh. What's the last book you read?
I don't know.
Stay focused. Turn it down.
So
Aw.
the book comes out. He said we're going to be in it. So look for that. I can't wait. We're definitely going to order it. So, and you can go, like I said, to Twitter, Ballpark #2 Ballpark, and hit them up.
All right.
That's all for Saturday for me.
All right. Jennifer, I think that right there should be your take it away.
What should I take?
That right there. That should be. You should handle that. You should speak on my behalf for that right there for your segment. Okay, never mind. I'll do it. But anyway, so that's Saturday. Let's talk about Sunday. I am so excited to talk about today. We had so much fun today. We had some good food, and we had some tours. 2 tours that we didn't know we were going to go on that were amazing. And let's start with the food. Alan?
Yeah, because that's where everything started this morning.
Tanner, you hooked us up.
Oh yeah, Tanner Gardner, our player from last year. He's from Frisco, so why not ask the man?
The myth and the legend.
Where's a place to go eat? We tried to get Ethan to nut up last night and ask the girls where's a good place to go get a good pizza.
We found a good
pizza.
pizza.
He was a bitch snit and did not go ask him.
We found a good pizza.
It was alright. But yeah,
I'm sure
Tanner
a local could have told us something better.
But yeah, Tanner, told us, what to do around here. There's a place called Winter's Barbecue. It's here in, I'm not sure if it's one right here in Frisco. But,
Cedar Hill.
But there is one in Cedar Hill, which is
just outside of Dallas.
Going the way of no tolls. It was 44 minutes away from here.
South.
Yeah. And
Are you his hype man?
Yeah.
he told me, the guy's name that owned the company was DeAndre. So we went in, and I'm not a big barbecue fan, so I was going in getting some chicken tenders. But I saw that they had this thing called the MVP potato, and you could get 1, 2, or 3 different kinds of meat on this big baked potato. And yeah, I got chicken on mine.
Jennifer?
They were out of pulled pork, which I was a little sad about, but I got the chicken and it was delicious.
I had a plate of brisket and ribs, and I didn't try the sides. They look good, but brisket and ribs, they were both so good. DeAndre does his thing. He owns some good restaurants. I looked in the kitchen, and they were making some sausage that also looked amazing.
We all would like to go back and try that sausage.
We want some of that sausage. So much so that we're not even going to make a joke about how I just said I wanted all that sausage.
In my mouth.
Yes. Good food.
DeAndre came out. Tanner let him know that we were on our way, and we walked in, and the hostess, girl working the cashier, because you order your food, take your receipt back to the kitchen, they see what you get, they fix it, and they call you to come get it. But we asked if DeAndre was there, and she's like, yeah, you guys are the ones supposed to be coming in, the Texas guys. So yeah, Tanner definitely called and told him we were on our way, and he came out. We talked a little bit. He actually helped train Tanner, baseball stuff. And
said he'd known him since he was in 8th grade, right?
Yeah, 8th or 9th grade. So he was super cool. He said he played professional baseball or football. And soccer. He played in Canada for a little bit. He just blew his knees out, and I asked him, because I asked him, I said, well, if you're a professional ball player, how did you become to do this? And he said, he'd done all the traveling, messed his knees up, and his dad loved to cook barbecue, and so he learned everything from his dad, and his wife got on him, said, hey, you're making some good food. People like it. Open your own restaurant. And the man's got two. And I'm telling you, like I said, I'm not a barbecue fan, but every time we come back to Texas, we will go to that man's restaurant.
It's a Texas tradition.
DeAndre,
put that on everything.
Your restaurant is on top. Best place around. I've not tried the other places, but I don't even want to try the other places. Go on his Facebook or my Instagram, you'll see DeAndre.
When we walked out, we looked down and the rocks, I'm sure they didn't plant it, but I don't know. But there was a rock that looked like home plate. And so he was like,
I'm the one that noticed that because I'm observant.
But yeah, it was awesome. Keep up the work, Andre.
Yep. And then we decided to head on over to Arlington, and we got to see the Promised Land. We're right across the street from the new Promised Land that's going to be opening in 2020, which they're already making more progress on than I thought they would. Anyway, didn't mean to bury the big reveal there, but we went to Globe Life Park, home of your Texas Rangers. We got to go into the team store, which was massive with way more stuff than I thought it would have. And we got to take a tour of the park. Shout out to Drew for being our tour guide today. It was a great tour.
Yeah.
Where all we go?
The dugout, and you walk. They took us to where the players actually walk in from the parking lot. He said, you go through this door, you make a left. There's the locker room.
You had a good joke.
The coaches come in. They go through the door. They take a left to go to the locker room. He's like, when the umps come in, he's like, they follow the signs right here. You know how they know where to go? Because it's written in Braille. Which that was classic.
Good joke.
So, and yeah, then we got to go to walk through we didn't get to go in the dugout or the locker room, but we got to go walk the tunnel to where they go to the dugout, which I thought was just super cool.
And we went in the dugout.
Yeah.
The home dugout.
What'd you do when you were in the dugout?
We sat on the bench where they got AC blowing down on you.
And by the way, the Texas Rangers are really slick when it comes to this air thing because they got air in their dugouts, no air in the away team's dugouts. Also, their dugout is in the shade much more earlier than the away team, and there's AC and more shade in the home bullpen than there is in the away bullpen.
It's called home field advantage.
I see you, Texas. I know what you're doing. I bet Bush came up with that. He's got a good mind for stuff like that. That was all Bush.
Those are war games.
That's a movie, right?
What?
Tell about the dugout. What did you do when you were in the dugout? It's a secret.
I stood up there and I leaned against the railing like they do in the game.
You got to do that player lean.
Yeah.
Also on my Instagram.
Went over to the other end, took some pictures. Maybe reached down and got some dirt.
Then he had a weird bonding moment with some random guy we met. He comes off the field. Go ahead, tell him.
Well, I done it in Atlanta because we went in the dugout and got to the top step and reached down and grabbed some dirt, threw it in my pocket. Well,
pocket sand.
The guy that was on the tour with us, he came in the door out after we left the dugout. A little late, he's like, I got some dirt. I said, so did I.
So did I. Look at my dirt. My dirt's better than your dirt.
So we will preview the dirt on the next episode. It'll actually
such a cool area of town. You had the Rangers, and then right across the street was Six Flags, and then right down the road was the Cowboys Stadium.
Boo!
Such a boo Cowboys. You're the worst. But
boo football. It sucks.
That's so weird to have all that stuff so close together. I could spend the whole weekend there, man. It's great. And what else about Globe Life Park? Where did we go? Maybe up in the upper level a little bit. Not the suite, which was pretty sweet.
Well, you can do it in one little suite.
I know, but
he doesn't care about the suite.
The other thing we went into, the thing that I want to be into professionally one day, we went to the press box of Globe Life Park, which I will be working at one day. Oh, actually, at the new one, but it's still Globe Life. It's Globe Life Field. The TV room, we didn't get to the radio room, we went to the media room with all the internet guys and paper guys, but that was cool. And so, that's not the only tour we got to take today.
right.
That's
Alan
right.
hooked you up.
2 tours.
He hashtag MSH'd it.
MSH.
Tell him about it, big man.
Tell them about the other tour.
Frisco. We got back later than we thought because we were not planning on going on to Globe Life, but
I took a shower and put on cologne and everything for no
if
reason.
You're 20 minutes away.
More to come.
After driving 19 hours, you got to go.
Yeah.
So came back, got a shower real quick, packed the book bag up, and headed over to the stadium for tonight's game at Dr. Pepper Ballpark.
Dr. Pepper.
We were down there wanting to get autographs and just tell everybody hey, just in case we didn't get to see them after the game and let them know that we were headed out and all the good stuff. And Chris, he'd come up behind us and he's like, Alan, I thought you said you wasn't coming, which I think I told him the day before that I didn't know if we were going to be there or not. So, but he's like, well, I was looking for you yesterday. I was going to talk to so-and-so about giving you guys a tour of the stadium, but I couldn't find you in time. So he made some phone calls and some text messages,
He MSH'd it.
emails, and said, he's going to try to get us a tour of the ballpark. So I was like, cool. And after the national anthem, we was trying to get pictures of the pitcher, and we decided to walk onto the other side so we could actually get a picture of his face. And we walked past Chris, and he's like, hey, this is John.
I never met Chris.
So, well, yeah, because
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I guess I did.
When you
Jennifer's right
came
about
to
that.
do the tour with us. He was standing up there.
Chris was the guy with the crawdad hat.
Oh, yeah, I met Chris. Cool. Yeah, I know Chris.
But yeah, Chris had a crawdad hat, never been, but he's a huge fan of the Rangers. But yeah, so we got to go take a tour of the stadium. So take it away.
Oh, I'm talking?
Yeah.
All right, well, the first place that... I don't remember the first place we went to. I don't really remember most of it. The one thing that I want to talk about the most is we got to go to the press box. You might be thinking, well, Ethan, you just said that you already went to the press box at Globe Life Park. What can make this what can make this press box cooler than the one at
Live
Globe Life
action.
Park? I'll tell you what's going to make this press box cooler. It was during a game. We got to see the press box while a game was happening. We went to the room with the TV with 7,000 monitors and 8 billion buttons, and we got to see everybody hitting buttons and going, hey, turn to camera 2. All right, go to camera 3. All right, wide shot of the kids doing the thing. Like, it was awesome. And then if that wasn't cool enough, the next place we got to go was the visiting team radio booth with a guy who was in there like, and this next batter here has a 283 average on the road, and that guy he was kind of lame. He wasn't that great. But then we went to the home radio booth and we saw one of the 4 women in minor league baseball that are announcing. She's pretty hot too, but like that's not even the main thing. She's very talented. And I'm sorry, I just love announcing. It's what I want to do it's what I want to do with my life. I want to be an announcer. So the fact that I got to go into a press box and watch announcers announce, doing their thing live, even if it's only at the AA level and not Major League Baseball, it just made my whole trip. It was so cool that I got to see them doing what I want to do in the future. And the fact that there's only 4 women doing it in the over 100 teams in minor league baseball.
You're going to be the 5th.
That's not really a glass ceiling because there's already women in it. But come on, ladies, come on more. And also teams, hire more ladies. They're out there. They know their stuff. All right, just as much as men do. Don't be sexist, okay? They got nice voices. They can call games.
They
But
had
anyway.
a lady on their ground crew too, right? That was Frisco, wasn't it?
No,
Yes.
Round Rock.
And the beautiful
Are you
Miss
sure?
Selena Ray, the in-game host. Sorry, Chris, you're gonna have to step your game up as the in-game host, Selena Ray.
Yeah, but I've seen the female in-game host people before.
Yeah,
Who has
she's
an
great.
obnoxious voice?
Chris?
That girl at Canapolis. Isn't it Canapolis?
Yes.
Chris Dillon does not have it. You take that back.
Not going to do it.
Can't do it.
Won't do
it. All right. Well.
But yeah, the tour was awesome because the day before, me and Jennifer, like I said, this entire trip we did not sit in our assigned seats, the ticket seats.
Assigned
We did not. We walked around. We sat here. We sat there.
We
stood
sat everywhere.
Here, we stood there. Well, last night we're in the outfield, and I'm looking at the press box, and I'm like, I want to go to the top of that place to get a picture. And
We did.
right there where the second main camera is, overlooking home plate, I got to step up on the box over the guy's shoulder and took one of the greatest pictures
That he's ever taken.
And then we done that in Arlington today too. I got right behind home plate in the press box, took a wide shot of that stadium. This was a great weekend. You have to come to Texas. Like I said, it don't matter if you're a fan of either team. Just come and look and just take everything in.
It's beautiful out here.
Again, it's awesome. I can't wait to go back. I don't want to go home. It's 12:30. We got to get up and drive 15 flipping hours.
I'm ready to go home.
Well, I'm not ready to go
The
home.
only reason she's ready to go home is to see the cats.
Yeah. The weather's beautiful out here. It's hot, but I like it hot. Not quite as humid as back home. And it's not been pouring down buckets and buckets of rain like I'm sure it still is back home. And by the way, I hope everybody's safe. Y'all take care of yourselves out there.
Ethan has 2 different socks on.
Okay. And I'm off track here. And get that away from me. Put that down. All right. Weather's great. It's a perfect combination of big cities and wide open country out here in the Dallas area. Get that off of me, Jennifer. And it's just the perfect combination, man. It's great. It's awesome. Nobody wants to see that. We're gonna lose views.
You might have some foot fetish friends that are gonna be tuning into this video just to see feet. I bet there are some crazy foot fetish videos on YouTube.
You guys are assholes. You guys are gross. You guys, from doing that shit to me all day, to jumping in the elevator, which scares the living hell out of me.
We didn't know, but it would have been.
Like I said, we've learned so much about it.
I'm taking separate elevators with these people from now on. Or stairs. If I see stairs, I'm lugging a suitcase upstairs. Just
Feet and elevators.
The elevator is awesome.
Like just the first time, because you just usually do that when you get on an elevator.
You don't jump on an elevator and you don't put the dirtiest body part on a human on somebody because you think it's funny. Jesus Christ. Get that off of here! I am losing my track here. I'm trying to talk about somebody. I'm trying to talk about some serious shit
You're
here.
trying to talk about something and we're interrupting and you're getting you off course. Ain't that something? How's it feel? Yeah, right there.
Ethan, what's your favorite color? Is it red?
It is red.
Well, seems like a red alert.
Okay, so if you go all the way back to episode 1, you will have heard that I said that I think redheads are the best. Redhead ladies are so cute. Redheads are the best. And while we were in Frisco, by the way, can somebody give me like some romantic interlude music in the background, maybe? Never mind there. All right. Well, we might edit that in, but we're not going to because I don't know how to edit stuff. Anyway, when we were in Frisco on Friday night, and again on Saturday, this girl, I wouldn't mind if she did. I would sacrifice my hatred of that body part for this beautiful lady. Anyway, they're probably pale. Because redheads are pale. Anyway, so this girl...
Was she friendly?
I've never talked to her. So on Friday night...
What's her name?
I've never talked to her. So, Alan, god damn, Alan. Jesus. It is way too late for you guys to be doing this to me. When I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to lay some game down here, guys. Alright, Friday night, I get to the game. The first thing I see at this beautiful ballpark is a beautiful lady. A beautiful lady with red hair. She's a ginger through and through. And this girl had on a jersey. It was a crew jersey because the crew at the Frisco games have on jerseys. And hers said Red Alert on the back. They all had little nicknames. And this girl, oh my goodness, was this girl pretty. She was just gorgeous. And I never talked to her on Friday night. And I never talked to her on Saturday night. And I decided that Sunday night was going to be the night that I finally talked to her. But lo and behold, luck of the Benfields, she was not there tonight. So if there is anybody out here at all that might be listening to this podcast that knows the girl that goes by Red Alert that works at the Frisco ballpark, please put me out there to her. Say, hey, there's this guy Ethan. He thinks you're super cute. Do that,
He's
please.
never had a girlfriend or anything.
Never had a girlfriend. 20 years old, very lonely. Next time we're in Frisco, I surely hope that she still works at the game. Not trying to be creepy, but that kind of is. So yeah, misconnections over here, talking about Red Alert. Very beautiful redhead that works at the ballpark in Frisco. So hopefully this makes it to her. It won't, but a boy can dream. And Jessica will probably also be in those dreams.
I don't have any
Red
promotions
Alert?
for this week because I haven't pulled out the laptop, so
Jennifer Day.
look at your own schedule. And
Jennifer
figure it
Day,
out.
if you're done hanging the K, would you please take it away?
Like I said, we've learned so much from Ethan on this trip. Something exciting that I learned from him is pocket confetti!
We've been waiting the whole trip for that.
Apparently, you take paper and you rip it up and you put it in your pocket, and then you wait for a special moment and pocket confetti.
Pocket confetti. You really need the video version for that. I have pocket confetti in my suitcase in a pair of shorts that I was wearing the other day, and I still haven't found the right moment for it yet. It might be like on the road. It might be when we get home tomorrow. It might not even be with these people. It might be like for my mom. It might be at work. I don't know, but pocket confetti. Get into it.
If there are any viewers out there or listeners out there that would like to see some interesting videos of Ethan, please private message me because I have quite the collection after this.
PM
trip.
her on any social media accounts if you want to see me dancing, and who doesn't want to see
in
that?
his underwear.
In my it's great. It's great. Lee's already seen it. He got dibs. He really wanted to see it, and we already showed him. So on that note, a Red Alert. Please don't watch those videos. So we've had such a great time out in Texas. We got to meet some people. We got to have some good food. We got to go to some good games. We got to go to some ballparks we've never been to before, some beautiful ballparks. I got to see some girls that I want to talk to. Please, once again, please, find her, okay? Help a brother out. So I guess that'll do it for this episode.
And we're going to get about 3 hours of sleep,
I'm
and
gonna
then we're
wash
going to
my
go back
dirty
to
balls.
Hickory.
And yeah, we're done with this. I really don't want to leave Texas, but all good things got to end. So that's episode 16. Peace.